Alright, gonna be continuing with this, even though a bit tired, but that's okay. It's been a few months, actually, and this is I think it's called the Rolling Painter. This is the second boss, and it's pretty easy. Not as easy as the first boss, because the first boss is, well, super easy, but anyways, this is basically this guy just sort of draws projectiles to throw at you and sort of skates around. He's basically a circle on a roller skates with a hat and a paintbrush. That's rather unique, gonna be honest. But yeah, a unusual glitch happened here where I collected the Star Rod piece at the same time that I collected beat the guys. So as you can see, I still have the mic ability, and I also have 256 uses of it, because as you can see right now it's at 0, which it's not supposed to be at, and now it is at P5, and that's I think that's the last value in the game before it would roll over to 0, so yeah, that's basically it. And now we got this mini-boss, who's going to be pathetically easy with the mic ability. In fact, pretty much everything in this is kind of broken by the mic ability. If you have 255, 56 uses of it, especially stages with a lot of enemies. Even the boss battle mode you can unlock is a bit broken by it, although not as much, and also it doesn't activate those things, as you can tell. But yeah, mic ability, when in large stock, it's deadly. I have no idea what I'm talking about with that, but yeah. This switch will unlock the arena, which has I think it's called a wheelie, or maybe that's the name of the regular enemy. I have no idea what the mini-boss is called, but it's a giant wheel. That's all you need to know. And I'll be showing that off later, and we'll be seeing that wheel boss in the next stage, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, stupid thing. Sorry, my screen is kind of freezing up here. I don't know what's going on. Well, it's working now, but yeah. This stage right here, this is one that the mic ability really helps in. Lots of enemies. Although I don't think any... I'm trying to think of what the best stage would be to use this in, but can't really think of much. It's not too helpful here because it's just kind of slow, but well, it works. Yeah, these rotating castle things are kind of weird. Like, how is Kirby moving that whole thing by himself? It's well, I mean, I guess he's just running around it, but even then it's like it slows you down. It's really weird. And don't know why I was being so paranoid with those dropping stone things. Guess I just forgot the location of them. Didn't want to lose the ability, although that turns out to be for naught, as I accidentally destroyed it. Well, probably wasn't going to keep it through the whole level anyways, because, well, there is a mini-boss here, which we can access with the sword, and this is the, arena mini-boss, the wheel thingy, which is what I'm gonna call it, I guess. And it's actually one of the mini-bosses that's really easy if you just sort of stay in the air and wait for it to drop its minions at you. I don't know. That gives you the wheel ability, which is... it's a really interesting ability, because sometimes it's not useful at all, and other times it's really useful. It's an ability that sort of the stages are sometimes made around. Like here, what are you going to do with the wheel ability here? I mean, you can probably do something, but it's not gonna really be helpful. But if you just destroy those, you know. But yeah, the wheel ability is actually really good in this world's boss because well, it's not good on that thing. That's not the boss though. And apparently I didn't learn that because I use it again. So yeah, being a genius throughout this whole thing. And yeah, thankfully the bosses in this game cannot do more than 1 damage, otherwise that guy would probably have killed me by now. But that's beside the point. Point is, this guy is actually one of the tougher mini-bosses. Not the toughest, I'd say, because there's one that's in an area that just makes it really tough, but for sheer toughness anywhere, that guy might be the toughest. Yeah, this tower is kind of weird. It's, as you can see, the layout is a bit random, which is, I mean, it's kind of obvious, because it's, you know, it's DDD's tower thing. He's trying to stop Kirby. He's not running a business inside here. Well, maybe he is, I don't know. DDD Inc. I don't know what he'd be running in this tower, because this is a very strange tower, but that's beside the point. The point is, this is an odd tower, and yeah, it really kind of shows here. Different color. It's rather inconsistent with that, but whatever. Assuming this is all part of the same tower and they're not like somehow cut off by some invisible force. Well, there goes the high jump ability, but that's fine. The high jump ability isn't really too useful in the stage past that. The spike ability, or the needle ability, might be a bit more interesting, but, I'll only had it for 10 seconds. Those stupid spikes. Yeah, those ability-killing spikes, those are very annoying in this, because in other games, you know, it would take like 2 or 3 hits before you lose your ability, but in here it takes 1 hit and your ability is gone, and it drops on the spikes. I think, trying to think of other games that have something, I think this is the only game where you really lose your ability after 1 hit, but in some games they have stuff that'll destroy your ability, like Squeak Squad and Turn to Dreamland, and trying to think of some. I think Superstar had a stage like that too, though it might have been part of Spring Breeze. 100 points, yeah. That's a great reward. And stage 4, this is, I think this is one of the shorter stages of this world, but I don't remember that well. Even though I've, this is actually the 3rd time recording my voice for this, just because the other times just turned out very poorly. I mean, I don't know how this time's gonna turn out, but yeah. These Meta Knight sections used to give me a lot of trouble, but then I realized you can just sort of swallow everything, and that makes it very simple. Just eat everything and spit it out at other enemies if necessary. Yeah, they're pretty forgiving with the hitboxes too. I think that hit the platform before it hit that guy, but, well, killed him anyways. Yeah, this is a pretty short stage. The end is actually coming up right now. I think you can float down and get those items, maybe, but it's not really worth it if you can. Just because those items really aren't too helpful. There's some health down there, but you don't really need it that badly. And here's this minigame, quick draw again. It's pretty... this one requires reflexes. I don't have reflexes. What are reflexes? Well, it'd probably be helpful to have them here, whatever they are. And level 3 and I don't think I make it past level 3 in this. I think you need to be level 4 this minigame in order to get a 1-up from it, and the points aren't really doing anything. So, it doesn't really matter that much. Stage 5. Ah, no, this is the one with the invincibility candy. Or the hyper whatever. Yeah, I don't think any of these enemies, except for like one, would actually hit you if you didn't have that candy, but I've never tested it because I always grab the candy because it's there. That's really the best explanation I can give. And here's the hammer boss, I think. This guy has a name, but I don't remember the name. Not off the top of my head, at least. This guy's a lot tougher in Superstar. He's a lot faster. I think he has another attack. Star things dropped from the hammer don't stay very long. The hammer ability is much better in that game. This game, I think all abilities have the same power level at least. Since all enemies take one hit, I think, except for bosses and mini-bosses, of course. Yeah, that's another stage for the books, and get a 1-up from this. 1-up is sort of the standard reward in this type of game. I think they are sort of the standard rewards in most Kirby games, actually. You do something out of your way, you get a 1-up. But, well, maybe they're not as common nowadays, I'm not sure. Yeah, those bomb things right there. These guys are kind of annoying. Just because of their range. They have a bit of range. Although, I suppose it's reasonable that they hit me both times. I don't know why those fire guys are blue here, or why this stage is a tree. The tower has a tree in it. That's interesting. And the tree is apparently, I don't think that's possible. Well, enough about the geometrical aspects of this Kirby game. There's another secret that well, the secret isn't too well hidden, but you have to be pretty quick to avoid that wall that comes up. Yeah, green switch, that opens up the egg game, which I've never won in my life. In fact, I think I've only ever gotten a 1-up from it, like, once in all my some odd years of playing this. Here's a dark room. Yeah, those angel-looking things give the light ability, which just makes the room not dark. It lights up the room. I guess dark is just sort of the absence of light, so that's a better way of saying it. And the light ability doesn't do anything other than that, which is kind of unusual for a Kirby ability. Usually, if the ability is a 1-time or 3-time use, it has some special property, but that's beside the point. And here we go, Egg Catcher. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I lost count. I think I got like 16 there. It's one of my better runs. And now before the boss, it's time to do the arena, which is very helpful for the boss, because the boss is one that usually gives me a lot of trouble, but not this time because of this wheelie ability. Because the wheel ability, like I said, it's really only... sometimes it's useless, sometimes it's really useful, and that boss just happens to be one of the times it's really useful, as I found out. Because the boss, basically that boss, it's kind of difficult to avoid whether you're in the air or on the ground, so being in an invincible wheel state really helps, and it doesn't have that attack like that bug thing that sort of pulls you out of it and attacks you. Yeah, the sun and the moon. Now, why the sun and the moon are on Earth, and why the moon is a crescent shape instead of circular like it actually is, well, whatever. I don't think the Kirby developers are astronomers, so whatever. But yeah, as you can see, wheelability, very helpful, because normally these guys, you'd have to avoid their attacks, and avoiding their attacks is pretty difficult in this boss battle. It's probably one of the tougher boss battles of this game. It's not the toughest, though, I'd say. Just a bit more difficult than normal. And there's the Star Rod piece that will take us to, as soon as Kirby completes his little dance thing, that'll take us to Grape Garden, level 4. Well, that looks like fun. We'll have to do it sometime, but not right now. Goodbye. So long. Adios. Bye.